What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out to a few subscribers for showing love to the channel. Much respect to the brother Noah Stewart for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. Leaves a note saying, I'm going to say this was kind of a carry job and people are asleep. If you're talking about Denver, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could agree with that. It's not like Denver was getting an inordinate amount of calls, in their favor. As a matter of fact, in Game 5, the calls were clearly in Miami's favor. They were trying their best to get Denver's best players in foul trouble, and give Miami an optimum chance to win. Unfortunately, when you shoot 34% from the field, you really don't leave yourself much room for error. But if you're talking about another particular team, I agree with you 100% on that one. if you're talking about another team that's out in LA, yeah, I agree with that. And there's some other teams. With much respect to you, I want to also give a shout out to the brother Save. I think it's Save or Sav Yanko for the $8 donation via the Cash App. Leaves a note saying, I appreciate you, brother. Okay, I see who this is. Alright, I see who this is. I appreciate you too, man. Much respect to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. Also want to give a shout out to the brother Daryl Sloan for a donation to the channel via the Cash App. And I also want to give a big shout out to the brother Brian for the $50 donation via the Cash App. He says, delivery style, reality with no agendas. Much respect to you, man. I try to have a pleasant delivery, but I try to keep it real when I'm doing these videos, man. I really do appreciate you showing love to the channel, man. Appreciate you much, and I appreciate all of you guys for showing love to Too Raw for TV. Alright, so Cat, man, is a good dude, but at the end of the day, some of these players really are delusional, bro. Like super delusional. So Carl Anthony Town on Pat Bear's podcast said that he believes that the Minnesota Timberwolves playoff run was more impressive than the Denver Nuggets winning a championship, their first championship. That's what he said. No spin, no clickbait. That's what this dude said, man. Said, quote, I just played them in the playoffs, talking about Denver. They were telling us our plays. Hey, yo, they weren't even talking. Ball just goes right to the area, and the person was just randomly right there. I'm like, how is this possible? Well, it could be because your coach is predictable as fuck. Who is it, Jenkins or something? Well, maybe your offense just predictable as fuck. It could be that. It could be that. Or if they didn't know your shit, hey man, I'm not even going to get into that shit no more. People talked about Brian Belichick and the Patriots cheating and the Colts cheating and all this shit and other teams cheating and nobody gives a shit. So I don't care. I don't even give a shit no more, bro. If teams ain't adapted any of that shit yet, then that's on y'all. Then he says, what's one of the things that's like you see is more special? What was special was what we did in Minnesota. Because we had like a month, and then we have training camp, and it was like, you better figure it all out, and we figured it out right now. If you think about it, they had 4 years. We got it done in 4 months. What the fuck are you talking about? Wait a minute, man. They look okay. You could argue that the nucleus of the Denver Nuggets are the same, but there's a lot of new pieces there, and nobody want to hear that shit about we only have 4 months to figure it out. You had a whole goddamn season to figure it out. You don't get to fucking scream championship, oh championship, championship, championship. And then when things don't go right, you have this cop out about, oh, we only had 8 months to figure. Man, shut up, man. Shut up. Dennis Rodman came to the Bulls in September of 1995. Remember, it wasn't like he got there in July. If I remember serves me correctly, he got traded there mere weeks before the start of training camp. I think it was early September 1995. Because I remember it happening right when we were getting ready to go back to school. They got it done. I hear that shit. Moses Malone go to Philly. They win a championship their first year. Even if you don't win a championship, there ain't no goddamn excuse to not even make the. Wait a minute, let me think. To barely be a play-in team and lose in the first round? There ain't no damn excuse, man. And then you get a nerve to say this shit. This not even in the article. There's something else that he said. When my time is up and I retire, there'll be people saying that I changed the game. Man, what is this dude sniffing, bro? What do you think you've done? Like, I'm tripping off these guys. What do you think you've accomplished to make you think that you even on that status? Like you're Wilt. Like what is wrong with these dudes, man? Let me see what this dude did in the playoffs. 18.2 points, 10.2 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.8 blocks, 45.7% shooting, 25% from 3, 75% from the line. Got to the line 5.6. I mean, Robert Parrish had better seasons than this, postseason runs than this. Playing with Mikal and Bird. And shot a lot better too from the field. Let's look at Robert Parrish in the playoffs. For his entire career, 15.3 points and 9.6 rebounds in the postseason. But if you go from 1980, what would his prime be, to 93? 16 points, 9.8 rebounds, 51% shooting from the floor. In 82, he averaged 21 and 11, 18 and 9, 16 and 10, 17 and 10. Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Like you really didn't. You got to be pushed to play at a high level on a consistent basis, and you still don't be playing on a consistent basis at a high level. And your name is already coming up that you're going to be traded because you're the weak link. They can't pay everybody. They just got Rudy Gobert. They'd be a fool to trade Anthony Edwards. They just got the young dude. They're going to give him an extension. Bye. So anyway, I don't know what's wrong with these dudes, man. But tell me what you guys think.